Same here,
All right. Yeah, thank you so much. And just to start things off, Kris, what is actually the name of your business?
Well, actually, the name of the business is Dream, Believe, Inspire. And
Dream, Believe, Inspire. Okay. So what inspires you to have that name for your business?
Well, I was actually thinking, I thought about something that would kind of stand out and be unique, and I thought that it would definitely go along with the purpose behind the business, which is to, plant the seed of success. And there's nothing more important than being able to dream and believe in your dream and then inspire others to do the same.
Wow. And I definitely, truly believe that. That's going to catch the attention of a lot of people when they see the title of your business. So that's really good. And so with your business, what is all that you do? Just describe to us what you do with your business.
Well, basically, I take the skills that I have and I try to implement them in a way that's going to help others succeed. And I basically offer guitar courses, guitar lessons, and I'm in the middle of producing more services that are eventually going to help others establish their own business online.
Very good. Very good. So how long have you been doing this, engaging in this type of work?
Well, actually, I've just started recently on the online community within the last year, but I've been, I've had other businesses in the past, but online for about a year now.
Wonderful. And I know you definitely do some speaking. So how long have you been sharing your message?
Well, that recently just started as well, and that's something I hope to pick up in the future as well. I'm looking for possibilities, to start speaking anywhere that I can.
And let me get your ideas or your thoughts behind this. What do you think about using or leveraging the internet and being online to really jumpstart your speaking career? How do you feel about that?
I think it's something that it's something I really need to focus on, because now that we have the internet, social media alone is just an open area for so much networking to be done. Just recently, I just started, reaching out to others who want to be speakers or who are speakers already, and just doors are opening just by speaking to people and sharing ideas and thoughts.
Wow. So you actually know a lot of people or are connected to a lot of people who actually want to do the same thing that you do?
Well, I'm getting there. It's growing. It's definitely, I'm getting to meet a lot more people that want to be speakers as well.
Yeah, I mean, I it's definitely one of those things nowadays, Kris, where many people, they know and they believe that they have a message that they can share that can inspire and help someone to move forward in their lives as well as in their businesses. And there are actually various ways that we can do it. We can do it by way of using our words, with our mouth. But then also, we have the unique ability to write our message and get our message out there. So have you been doing any writing at all?
Well, on my site, chrisjmartinez.com, I have a blog there where I write articles just on topics I feel that should be discussed. And I have a book of the week that I read a book every week, and I basically discuss there with other people who are following along as well.
Well, that's powerful. You mentioned something very powerful right there, and it's, in passing that you mentioned it, which is you read a book a week.
Yes.
How many people can actually say that they read a book a week? There are a lot of people who, they're struggling to boost your vocabulary too. In passing, people don't realize that, in order to stay sharp, it's important for you to engage in some level, some form of reading, on a day-by-day basis, and, reading from those experts, people like Dr. Maxwell and Les Brown, and, you have the Zig Ziglars and Jim Rohn and all these individuals who are powerful in business. So it's important that we stay on top of things and really sharpen our minds by reading. I definitely believe in the power of reading. And not only that, though, Kris, and I know you're probably going to agree with this next statement, when it comes to boosting your career and mentioning these individuals I just stated, what are your thoughts regarding the importance of connecting with a coach, throughout the journey of really trying to get your speaking career going?
Well, I think it's important, number one, because you won't have to run around and waste so much time. It's always important to have somebody within arm's reach that is smarter than you, that has been where you're going, and can tell you where to go, so you don't spend that time, running around doing things that aren't going to really help your career.
Very powerful. Because, one of the things that I've witnessed, Kris, is that a lot of times, new speakers, because they don't really have big budgets, right, to really hire coaches, and coaches, they charge a lot of money to coach, because you're definitely, you're taking, I don't want to say taking up a lot of time, but when you're working one-on-one with coaches, usually they try to work in groups versus than working with just one-on-one with individuals, because you're able to reach more people. But the power of coaching can never be diminished, because it definitely can help you to boost your career forward. Have you taken advantage of getting coaches or at least mentors in your life to help you to move forward?
I actually got the privilege to speak to a well-known speaker who's actually not too far from me. I've been kind of working with him a little. His name is Michael Hinkson, and he's been kind of providing me the outlines and basically what people expect out of a speaker, and what are the things not to do. So it's definitely helped me to kind of practice on the things that I know I definitely need practice on as a new speaker.
Right. Powerful. Now, one of the things, of course, you also mentioned too, in addition to coaching, is the power of being accountable to someone. Now, of course, we can be accountable to coaches, but if someone doesn't have a coach in their life that they can be accountable to, who else would you recommend that they connect with or at least link with, so that they can really see some progress on a day-by-day basis?
Well, see, it's important to remember that we're not always going to be around somebody else, and sometimes it's hard to find a mentor. But the great thing about it, as we just mentioned not too long ago, was social media. There's a lot of people on there. There's a lot of things online, so many resources that can really serve as your mentor, that can really guide you where you need to go if you look hard enough.
Yeah, and one of those resources is indeed YouTube.
Exactly.
Now, one thing I'll say about YouTube is you really have to do your research, though, and make sure that those individuals are credible, because anybody can do a video and stick a video online. But you have to do your due diligence to find out, whether those individuals are indeed credible. I believe that's definitely the key. So, in addition to, the young man that you're connecting with that's close to you, that's helping you to speak, have there been any others in the industry, the speaking industry, that you're really trying to glean from at this time?
Well, honestly, right now I'm really just open and looking to communicate with anybody who's willing to lend a hand and basically offer their skills.
That's good. It's good that you're mentioning that, Kris, because some people, again, they're really not serious about what they're trying to do with their speaking career. They're not doing what needs to be done on a day-by-day basis as far as doing their research and trying to get out there. But it's critical that, again, like you said, that you connect with people that that is doing what you want to do, because that's the only way that you're going to, put one step forward and see some progress, within your career. So right now, Kris, I want to really get an idea. What are your goals? Where do you see yourself going, with this career as far as being a speaker and doing, the writing that you're doing on your website? Where do you see yourself within the next year?
Oh, well, within the next year, I can see myself actually putting out a book that I've written on my own, and I can see myself actually beginning to engage with perhaps the local high schools, middle schools around here, and at least get some of my story out there to the public. Good.
And it's good. Are you actually seeking right now to possibly link up perhaps with other speakers? Because one of the things that is critical too is that, if you know other speakers, again, who are trying to go where you're trying to go, two minds are better than one mind. Okay? So if you're linking up and coming together, it'll make a powerful force, and you can definitely gain some momentum. So, are you looking to really connect with other speakers who are trying to do the same?
I am, and I'm definitely working hard to find people around my area, and it's kind of hard. I found a Toastmasters club that's not too far from
Okay.
where I'm at, so I'm looking to connect with the people that are there.
Right, right. And that's key in what you said. Now, Toastmasters, I definitely say it would be a good boosting board for people who are really trying to dip their toe into the speaking industry. I say dip your toe because I once was connected to Toastmasters and are still connected to the individuals who are still presently members there. And they definitely have their perks, so it's great for those who are really just getting started. So, yeah, definitely, it's a good way to go. I will not discourage that at all. So, great with your goals. Like, you're definitely on the move, right?
Yes, I am.
Can't wait to see. Yeah, we definitely can't wait to see what else is to come with your career. Now, I know people are listening right now. They're probably saying, well, Kris, what are some tips that you can give me right now that's really going to help me to put one foot in front of the other, or just possibly just speak somewhere? Where can I go? What are some places that I can reach out to right now? So, Kris, how would you answer that question? Where can they reach out to right now to really push them forward, or at least to get themselves speaking?
Well, I think that before you do anything, I think that you should really kind of get to know yourself and get to know your story and kind of prepare that in a way that it's going to deliver the intent that you desire. And finding your strengths and your weaknesses, developing that goal and finding that ambition to pursue it no matter what comes your way.
That's good. That's good. And there will be unexpected situations that come up. I'm not sure if that's happened to you yet, Kris, but it will come up. And you really, some people say, well, I'm going to try to prepare for it. Sometimes it's hard to prepare for the unexpected, but you can prepare mentally. You may not be able to prepare physically yet, but mentally in your mind, knowing that you're just going to take one day at a time, would be a definite way to go when it comes to preparing yourself for the unexpected. So, yeah. So, what are some other things that you would like to inspire those listening with right now? Because I know they're probably saying, you know what, we want more, Kris. We want more strategies, more advice, more tips. And there may be even some people right now who are afraid. They have this big fear of speaking. How would you get them over the hump, to really get out there and do what needs to be done when they're facing this fear?
Well, I think a lot of the times, if there's a need for you, if you feel the need to speak, but you just can't get in front of people, you can't even get a sentence out without getting so nervous. I think is just listen to your heart, and I always say that is a message from the heart means something. It's your purpose. So being able to acknowledge and getting to know yourself and understanding that some things in life are brought upon by others, and it's important to not let issues stand in the way of what we want to do. So just be positive and know that what you believe in is what you can get. And as long as you can keep getting up, no matter how many times they knock you down, if you really want something, you got to be willing to go as far as you can take yourself to get there. And it's just a very, very important thing that I'd like to say to remember is to always, always, always believe in that dream, in that goal. It'll happen as long as you stick to it. And there's going to be so many things that are going to come along the way that are going to say you can't do it. This is why. You're going to get laughed at. You're going to get ridiculed. But these are the things that in the end are going to keep you from getting where you're going to get.
That's good. Wow. That's powerful. Now, let me hear about this. What has been your greatest struggle, Kris? We always hear about the great successes of those who are really getting out there, getting going. But what would you say would be your number one struggle that you've experienced thus far in really trying to push your career forward?
Well, I think it's kind of hard. The biggest struggle right now has been a little bit more on the financial side, as far as getting, putting out quality content that is respected and viewed as a professional. As a professional, what I mean by that is lacking the funds to acquire a good camera, a good setup. And that's where I'm kind of working on, is I'm kind of looking for individuals who believe in this business, who believe in planting the seed of success in others, that could possibly want to reach out and change the world by either investing or donating into this business, so that we can start to establish a more professional appearance. And I think that so far that's been one of the biggest struggles.
Okay, well, one of the things you possibly can do, Kris, especially if you have a vision and you're putting your vision out there, I'm going to give you this strategy, and hopefully it will be a blessing and help other people. And I know that you probably heard of the concept, and that is crowdfunding. Okay, crowdfunding. And if you've built up, or if you're in the process of building up a great followership on social media, one of the things you can do is definitely put together a crowdfund, meaning that people will sow into your life, right, financially, if they believe in the vision. They believe in, if your vision is clear enough where people can catch the vision, and you put that vision out there, whether you're doing it via live stream or other methods, maybe perhaps people will begin to sow into that vision. And then with, what they sow with, depending on the structuring of your business, I'm not sure if it's an LLC or a nonprofit, but depending on how you do it, you'll be able to use that fund, the funds that people give to you, and be able to put that towards getting you better equipment. And to be honest with you, Kris, the only thing you really need is a great camera phone, or a phone with a camera, whether it's a Galaxy. You can actually use your phone, a Galaxy or an iPhone, with a tripod, right?
Yes.
Those two things up there and begin to shoot videos that way. That's just the start. That's just really getting you started. But I know that, like you said, there are other things that you can look into as far as getting getting like a studio, getting at the studio level where you can do videos that way. So, yeah, those are just a few tips that I can recommend for you and all others that are listening to this.
That sounds like a really good idea, and I have been kind of working on that, and I've kind of just trying to getting myself involved with more individuals who are not just speakers, but just entrepreneurs who also believe in the concept of reaching out to help each other's in their dreams. But I just kind of another issue now that I think of it is just trying to get away from the people who are really just holding me back, and what I mean by that are just the negativity, the ideas that are just gonna just put me back to where I was before. So as I'm building up my following, I'm trying to build followers who are willing to listen and to follow an inspiring message in business. Right. And just recently, and I'll share this with you before we begin to wrap things up, but just recently, I believe it might have been maybe about 2, maybe 3 months ago, I actually had to do the same thing when it comes to social media. I actually removed all of my friends on Facebook, and there's an app that allows you to do that. And I was trying to find out how can I remove people in bulk, because I had a reach. I actually went beyond my limit. I had over 5,000 friends on Facebook. And so, recently just had to go in there and remove I would say most of the friends that was connected there to me. And, I only wanted to be connected to those go-getters, those who are willing to take action. All others, I said, no, we just had to start off fresh. And so, and I definitely agree, that may be needed for a lot of people, because that will help you to move forward, not focus on the naysayers, right? And do what needs to be done so that you can walk out your purpose in your life. Yes, definitely. Your surroundings definitely have a lot to do with how you feel, think, and look on everything that you do on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody wanted to change maybe the circle of people that they're connected with, that's going to help them to progress forward, how can they find individuals that are go-getters and that are trying to be successful in life? How do you think people can find those individuals in their local area?
Well, I think that these individuals are in our daily lives from the time as long as we've been able to go out and gather friends. But the thing is that we kind of like to stick to the people that, if I hang out with him, I'm going to look cool. But if I hang out with him, I'm not going to be cool. So it's just looking at the list of your friends and going down your friends and seeing, okay, you know what? I think this guy can help me with this. I think I can help him with that. I think he can help me think this way. So I think a lot of our friends are really just like that. But we just tend to focus on the ones that are going to not do so good in the long term.
Definitely. Now, what I would love to do at this point, Kris, is definitely ask you, how will people be able to get in contact with you if they wanted to reach out to you and maybe even connect with you to help you to enhance your career or just to get some more nuggets from you, to get motivation from you? How can they reach out to you or connect?
Well, I'm on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can just find me at the Twitter is @officialcjmar. Same thing with Facebook and Instagram. You can always reach me on my website, which is chrisjmartinez.com, or you can contact me via email, chrisjmartinez@yahoo.com.
Wonderful. Well, Kris, I definitely want to say I appreciate you being here on the platform. Just note that we're here rooting you on. We are your biggest cheerleaders here with LMBI. We believe definitely in your vision and what you're called to do. We just encourage you never to give up, but continue to press forward beyond, all the negativity or anything around you that's trying to hold you back. Continue to press forward. We appreciate you, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you doing so many more great things in the near future.
Well, thank you so much for having me as a guest, and I appreciate the fact for just reaching out, and this ability to just come out and speak on the business and everything is so great to me. It's such a blessing, and I'll be sure to continue to follow up with you guys and keep in touch as I progress down the journey.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kris, and take care.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good job, Kris. You did good, Kris.